What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm happy to have you here. Good morning to you. We are coming to you from Georgia at 2:42 in the morning as I slowly get ready to well, I'm already ready for work. I'm just waiting for my ride to pick me up. After I get off work, I'll walk home the 5 miles. And since tomorrow's my day off, if we got 50 viewers, I'll live stream. Or, if we don't, that's cool too. I might pull out the laptop, get my little station set up here, and see if we can get set up on Twitch as well. Either way, I'm happy to have y'all here. Welcome, welcome. These videos are starting to pick up views every day, which means a couple of you subscribers are actually subscribed and like watching my content as I drop it. I really appreciate it, y'all. Seriously, thank you for the help. And outside of that, I normally don't talk on these Minecrafts because they're more ASMR. But since the kittens are sleeping at the moment and they're off in their own little room, I figured I'd get some chances to play before they start, you know, chewing on the mic and such. I don't normally rewatch these videos, so I really hope the audio is still good. There really has to be a better way to check these, but I'm still learning a lot of this stuff. And honestly, y'all, I want to do a good job for y'all. You come around to watch my stuff. I'm assuming you're not just here to watch me die over and over and over again, though if that's your beat, no shame, man. Welcome, welcome. This is like my 5th playthrough of Minecraft, this hardcore Minecraft. Not this one particular server, because to keep the challenge, I've been mixing it up every time. But this has been one continuous Minecraft server. Well, not server, one continuous playthrough. Basically, I die, I edit, I play again. Sun's already going down. Crap. Well, I'm starting to learn. Like I said, I played Minecraft. Let me show you that I'm a millennial without showing you. But I played Minecraft a good bit when it first came out, when it was just for PC. I enjoyed it when it came out on PlayStation, though admittedly I complained when it first came out because the maps were so much. Oh crap, baby. I hate baby zombies, I hate baby zombies, I hate baby zombies. Yeah. Ha. Where's the big goat from now? Oh no, he's hiding from a baby zombie. Yeah, it's because if I die, I'd die, and I hate to admit it, but I kind of liked this one. I really liked the one 2 worlds back that was on the river, and it was just... Honestly, part of this makes it more fun. It's real life Minecraft, you know? If you lose, that's it. You can come back and look at it, which is nice since to the best of our knowledge you don't get to do that here. But you get to come back and look at it, but you don't get to touch it no more. You don't get to edit nothing yet. Basically, I have the first one that made it to 78 days. And eventually, hopefully, when one of these worlds makes it past 78 days, 79 days, whatever it was, well, we'll put that one there and replace the save data. I also have Hannahburg, Bones Burrow, Bear's Bird. I have a few worlds that aren't hardcore, but my thought is, would y'all really be interested in watching those? If you would, comment below and I'll eventually start posting my builds on those. They're still on survival. I don't really play creative because, no offense to creative players out there, I'm astounded by what y'all can build, but I find it a little boring. part of it is the challenge. But then again, I guess even on creative mode you have a new challenge, because now your Minecraft is your canvas for the art you're making. Don't judge me harshly, folks. Everything is art, and honestly, a $20 Minecraft game is way more accessible to the masses than even pencils and such. Not defending AI art, not artists, guys. Sorry, I don't want to be mean, and I know a couple people, like, I know them parasocially, they're good folks, and they use AI. To my knowledge, he uses AI art for, like, when he's working with bikini models and when he's working with big sets of, like, cards and such. But he will use AI art. He'll do the artwork and then, oh, oopsie, this one has a tiny mustache. I need to get rid of that. Oh, oopsie poopsie, I left that guideline in. I should remove that. Well, you can either do that with all your copies or go ahead and use blank AI, whatever he uses, to go in there and reform it. I don't judge him, he just uses it as a tool, and he does the artwork first. It's not like he's getting paid a lot of money to just, hey AI, make me this blank card, make it for mom, make it I'll admit I don't completely know what kind of cards he makes, but I know he does artwork, and he uses AI, but he doesn't use it in a way that, say, Shad, the hilarious wannabe swordsman, does it. Honestly, there's something I would love to do once I get way more than 30 of you guys. I'm sorry, we're going to have way bigger numbers before we try it. If nothing else than for the insurance, because whether I like them or dislike them, I'd like for everybody to get to the event safely. I'd like for everybody to get home safely. And I'd like for, you know, any injuries to be taken care of. But my thought was just random thought, and I'd need to, again, collaborate with a lot of different creators that I don't think know I exist right now. Some of which I'm kind of happy they don't know I exist, like Shadiversity. Which, what's up with that name, by the way? I know his name's Shad, it's a university, Shadiversity, pop, I get it. But, does anyone else, when they hear Shadiversity, hear sham? I mean, and again, I try to be kind when it comes to that, because I used to really like Shad's content. Don't judge me, I too was a sword tuber. I liked the weapons analogy, I liked the, oh, look at how they fought back then. I liked that stuff. So I kind of fell into Shad's trap. But when he started talking about purity and, oh, how the knights were true Templars, guy, they were terrible people. I mean, don't get me wrong, samurai were badass. And they were also horrible rapist pieces of shit that would destroy villages. They were bandits with a code of honor. It's the same as Native American peoples were a very exploited and abused people that truthfully should get their land back, or at the very least have decent rights on their land. That being said, there were still Native Americans who fought on the Confederate side in the Civil War. There's still, I mean, okay, if you have a strong constitution, look up buffalo jumping. It's not when the natives put on a show and had the buffaloes hop around on balls like a circus. It was, wow, that was painful. Both the subject I was talking about and the fact that one of the kittens just woke up. Alright, Corn. This is probably too much information for you guys, but for the record, I'm an ace male. But I'm ace and gender neutral, I guess. I'll wear a dress, I'll wear a skirt, I'll wear a jumper, I'll wear whatever's comfortable. If I don't feel comfortable, I won't wear it. This cat just, tried to give me an orchiectomy. If you know, you know. I'm gonna need a minute, y'all. Shit. Okay, and we're back. That was... Get a cat. It'll be fun, they said. Now, don't get me wrong and don't get it crossed, Chad. I completely forgot what we were talking about, by the way. That tends to happen when you get a new piercing. Unprompted and unwanted. But... Okay, I did put the mic back. Okay, but... Honestly, chat, I would not trade these little bundles of joy for the world unless I knew they were going to a better house. But honestly, I love them. There's things with cat ownership that you really have to just either prepare for monetarily or accept that it's just part of it. One, just accept that it's part of it or invest. Is, hey, I don't like the fact that my house smells like a fucking men's bathroom at a truck stop. There's going to be an ammonia smell with cats. Even if it's just one cat, unless you dedicate your time to, ideally, scraping the litter box daily. And by scraping, I mean taking that itty-bitty shovel they give you with it. And either scraping the litter box daily, and at least once a week taking and putting fresh litter in, which can admittedly become a costly affair considering the price of everything going up and all. Another thing you're just going to have to accept, and I've found that most pet owners that are good with cats accept it, is your little bundle of joy is just randomly going to stab the unholy fuck out of you sometimes. For no conceivable reason. I did nothing to deserve this. It's not like my meat and two veg are hanging out swinging in the open breeze. I'm trying, I'm dressed for work. I'm sitting here in my shorts and my work shirt, just chilling. I leave my hat at work because I typically bring my own Scottish primer or Irish primer in to wear on the walk home. And it's like, not doing anything, nothing dangling. No reason that she should want to go, or, which one are you? Sweet corn. No reason that she should want to go after me at all. I'm not paying close enough attention. She could sneak up on me. Time to jump on the hacky sack. Stabby, stabby. And if I were a weaker man, yeah, I'd have slung a cat just now. Just out of pure... Something attacked a delicate part of me. It takes a certain amount of masculinity. That hurts. What the hell is that? Shit. Okay. Why? I hope that was not annoying ASMR. In my head, that was funny. But, no, it's like, for real though, you can't be reactive. And try to do it in everyday affairs as well. Now, yeah, if something's like, for example, if you've ever seen me at work, chat, all 32 of you should come on up to my work, undisclosed location, and come watch. But if you've ever seen me when I'm cooking, occasionally, if you've ever cooked, hot grease will pop or splash or something like that. I get real quick at dodging that. Like, I don't want, most of the time, I don't want pain. The goal is to avoid pain. Oh, in the background, in case anyone can hear it, I have Koopa playing, Internet Badasses. Guys, let's be clear about something. There are a couple of y'all that, just in case, like, Free MMA watches my channel. Dude, I love your content. But there are Internet Badasses. The thing about them is, typically, it's like Mr. Pickney from the Mr. Pickney podcast. It's like Sorry, not Mr. Pickme Podcast. Mr. Pickme and the Manhater Podcast. See, I don't even have a podcast, and I get in on the bit of ruining the podcast. But I'm digressing. The thing is, anyone that, oh, I'm a badass, y'all, I get up at 3 a.m. every day, I don't eat a breakfast, I do 100 push-ups, and then I run full my, yeah, you're not hot, dude, you're not, okay, cool, I choose to be happy. My time is short. And for the record, I don't consider myself to be one of those big, masculine, tough guys. I also don't consider myself to be weak, I guess. Here's the thing. If you can do it without having to struggle bust through it, do it that way. That's the better way to do it. I don't understand why we've taken on... And don't get me wrong, it's not the same as calling out triculture. If you're one of those... I'm doing it this way because I want to, guys. Cool, more power to you, dude. I'm not going to be like a dick about it. Not trying to yuck your yum. But if you're sitting here saying, oh, to work with leather is so difficult. First you have to get... Okay, sorry, I just realized for the vegans and vegetarians out there, this is going to get a bit graphic, but no images. Oh, working with leather is just so difficult. First you gotta get the brains, then you gotta get the bowl, then you gotta get it treated, then you gotta get all nasty with putting it on what's left of the skin, then you gotta string it up and give it time, then you gotta deal with bowls and stuff. I mean, yeah, if you do it in the most traditional tribal, I'm probably misusing that word, but the most traditional, like, the oldest way, the way our ancestors did it in time immemorial, then yeah, tanning leather is a bit of a pain in the ass. However, if you take your kill to the local tannery, which, believe it or not, you have a local tannery somewhere. Google it. I'm sure you've got one. If all you got in your area is squirrels, somebody's mounting those squirrels on something. Here soon my boss will text me, and I will text them. It is 3 o'clock. But, either way, there is a Skinner in your area. They might, depending on where you're at, they might charge more for it because you're asking them to do something that to them is out of the ordinary, but they can do. But hell, find you a country person that knows what they're doing, and they'll do it for a fair price. Tanning leather's cheap. We live in a modern age. If absolute worst comes to worst, I'm sure you can Google it and find someone to... Okay, now this even puts my stomach off a bit, but you can probably find somebody to take your flesh, you put it in a bag or a bucket or something like that for prep, and then send it to them. They take it, scrape it, get the membrane, all that, and then send it back to you, a fine, folded, done piece of leather for you to do whatever with. I'm sure there's a service for that. If not, someone steal that idea, man. But here's the thing, is also a lot of the new generation, these kids these days, yeah, there's a lot less hunters around. I don't see a problem with that. Now, to be clear, I don't see a problem with hunters either. If you're a good hunter, then you pay your fees, you pay your taxes without complaints, you do your tags, you're part of the culling. I don't hate hunters, just like I don't hate wolves. And if you're a poacher, well, I personally hope you're doing it somewhere that can afford the poaching. Just because you think you can do it doesn't mean that you should do it. But hunters are a key part of this thing, you know, that they help keep the system up. And especially now, considering how many people donate without doing the hunting bit, because that allows the system to have more strength to it as well. Also, I keep saying the thing and the stuff. Eventually, I swear, guys, I will get better at this once I can get my laptop up and running with me. But this is sort of just, you know, the, what's up, y'all? Let's hang out and do some early morning shit. This is the early stream. Okay, that's all I can do. What else do I got? Huh. The boots look kind of like I got a hit put out on me by the mob. Let me go ahead and put the cover. And I need to place that. And I'm probably not going to be on TikTok. Not because I have a problem with TikTok, just that my content, while the pictures would probably do well over there to draw attention, I feel like I'm too old for TikTok. Does that make sense? It's the same reason I'm not on Roblox. Nothing against the Roblox players that are like at my age range. I'm not judging you. I would feel weird about being on it. It'd be like that, and I hope I'm getting the name right, but it'd be like the Steve Buscemi quote from I Wanna Say Strangers with Candy. Either way, it's Steve Buscemi with a skateboard. The meme is, "Hello, fellow youth." I doubt that was the actual line, but it might have been. I mean, I like Steve Buscemi's work. I mean, here's the thing, y'all. When it comes to, like, creators, there's a difference between, oh, they say some shit that's not cool, and, oh, no, they're just bigoted as fuck. Same as, there's some that are just assholes, and then there are some that they are of a different generation, or I do think there's something genuinely wrong with them. Like, I do genuinely think Roseanne Barr is different than she was back in the day. Like, not as in someone has taken Roseanne, but as in Roseanne feels like she's sundowning. I feel like I'm saying that phrasing wrong, but y'all know the purpose I'm trying to allude to. I feel like she's getting old. And honestly, I'm happy she lives in a place and she has the money where she can get old and senile and racist and shitty. I just wish she'd keep that shit to herself is all. Because I liked Roseanne when she did the show. I liked it when she worked alongside, John Goodman. I liked her in that. She was a voice of the lower people like myself. Then, much like trucks, she got money and it got dumb. I might add another layer to give it a higher roof. Right now I'm just trying to get it secure and possibly make it a little bigger. While still keeping the very earthenwork theme. Ooh, notice me, Milo. I want to work with you and do history things, but I'm poor and uneducated as fuck. Well, I keep hearing him say, oh, we need a left version of Joe Rogan. We need a left version of Joe Rogan. Okay, here's a tip. You really want a left Joe Rogan? Get an uneducated person, hint, hint, and that's willing to actually take on your talking points and learn. And then take this uneducated person and have the super educated people, ideally not douchebags, just come on and talk to them. Because again, Joe doesn't push back. The whole reason Joe Rogan is destructive is because the primary people that he has on are white supremacists, UFO conspiracy theorists, and terrible people. And if he had those terrible people on, and when someone said something like, please don't put me out of context to this, but when someone said something terrible like, I don't know, well, black people benefited from slavery. I mean, look at them. They came from a country with no sense of agriculture. Okay, well, let me ask you something, Hoss. You don't think Africa had agriculture back then? They probably had good agriculture before we started raping and pillaging their continent. But beyond that, I mean, what's your source? Because my source is like common sense. I'm thinking people exist. Nobody just exists in an area doing nothing. So, where's your evidence? Well, how many Africans would want to go back to Africa? Okay, well, I'm going to shoot at that building over there. Hey, you want to go to that building over there I'm shooting at? Come on, why not? That's your building. Go back to that building I'm shooting at. It is exactly what I hear when, well, Africans don't want... I'm sure they would love to go back if we gave them Africa prime. We gave them Africa before England, Italy, and everyone else, Spain or Italy. See, this is where I'm showing my ignorance, and I wish I had a big chat with people that could, like, correct me. But either way, I'm sure Africa was a wonderful place. Possibly even, you know, what do they call it? One of them places you put a baby. The term's fall, and I already know the term, guys. But that you put a baby in it. It's one of them very outdated terms like groceries. A cradle, yeah, a cradle. It might be even the, you know, cradle of humanity. So I think they had some good shit going on before we started stealing all their shit. But I mean, again, it's even beside that point, even if they didn't, why you being racist, dog? This feels very racist, man. And just call them out on it without being aggressive. Because I think what a lot of the left does, and I don't blame them, is when someone says something stupid and racist, or stupid and bigoted, your first just gut reaction is, okay, what the fuck, I didn't realize you were a racist piece of shit. Don't think of them as racist at first. It'll piss them off more if they are, but just, they're not racist, they're just a little stupid. They're just a little stupid. And again, I'm a little stupid sometimes. Jesus Christ, I said so many things that I am so happy that the internet didn't exist when I was in high school. Because just saying, guys, my shit was very not cool. Very, very pro-Israel, we'll say. I think I'm saying that correctly. I would have come off as a very Ethan... I would have been giving a lot of Ethan Klein out of high school if that jives with you kids. And I'm glad I'm not that person. Let's be absolutely clear when I say it. This is not a me going, well, chat, I might have to leave the left. No, absolutely the fuck not. I hated old me. The hatred old me held for other weaker races, I hold for old me. There were things that I did right, but there are so many things that I would just go back and change if I could. But that's also part of being in the South. I hate to say it, you live down here and it's kind of engraved. You don't realize it's happening until it happens. I mean, Christ's sake, my high school, well, my ex-wife, high school sweetheart, all that. Her middle school, and I don't think I'm doxing her there, but her middle school had the undisclosed rebel call. Their mascot was a tiny Confederate soldier. It wasn't good, y'all. It was. She showed me this, and she was so excited and so happy to show me, and I tried to be nice because, again, this is her thing. Don't want to yuck the yum. But the whole time I'm just thinking, oh, oh, okay, I need to take that joke out of my repertoire. Because at this time, I think I can say it in reference to it. The Washington football team was not called the Washington football team. They were the Washington slur team. And my boss is probably on their way soon. I need to go ahead and get to a save point and sign off. But they were the Washington slur team at the time. And at the time it was still a debatable topic. Like people were, well, I don't know, guys. Is it really racist to call them that? I mean, the Indians don't seem to have a problem with being called that particular slur based on a skin that they don't have. Because let's be clear, folks, and I'm going to use it here, not in a slur way, but in an educating, saying it kind of way. Guys, nobody's fucking red. Come on. Nobody's goddamn yellow. Unless you got jaundice, in which case, get help, brother. Rip. But nobody's red unless you've been burnt in the sun. They're a tanner brown, a slightly darker brown. We're all just versions of pink to brown. And yeah, if you're saying it like I'm black to be catchy or I'm native to be catchy, so be it. I'm not native, so I can't say it that way, and I'm not going to say the other thing because I'm not a dipshit. That's the other thing that gets me. Well, I was just repeating it. Now look, if I reference, say, oh god, I hope I'm referencing this correctly. If I reference, for example, the NCA, again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but please don't be mean. If I'm referencing the Negro College Alliance, that's different than calling someone descriptively. Sort of like you can say the gay jokes and the trans jokes, but it should be a joke about how the system is terrible and how they manage to survive in it, or they shouldn't be the butt of the joke. They don't have to be the hero, but they should not be the butt. The entirety of your joke shouldn't be, haha, macho man banged a trans. That should not be the joke. Ditto too, you can joke about black folks, but the joke should not be, oh, look at that black individual, isn't that a funny thing? Because that's dehumanizing AF, right? I mean, I personally am for doing that to white folks a little bit, just because, and not to all white folks, but to anyone that says, well, I don't see why it's so bad, it's funny, then do it to them. Dehumanize them. Don't, like, stick with it, don't make it your whole bit, but do it a little bit. Just enough to make the point. That's it. It frustrates me because everyone needs a trophy. Everyone got a participation trophy. Weak generation. All those motherfuckers are now the ones screaming out, why can't I use the slur? They get to use the slur. Dude, what the fuck happened to why you need a participation trophy? Why can't you just let people have their thing? Why can't you just not say slur, bruh? Shouldn't be hard to not say slur. I mean, I had to work one slur out of my language that I didn't realize was a slur, and once I did, I still slip up sometimes, but it's mostly because I don't have a lot of Romani people in my life. So occasionally, and especially because there's still like some hairdresser studios around here called Slur for Romani People Studios. Because for a long time that was one of those slurs similar to calling a native a certain type of skin color that wasn't seen as negative. And personally, I don't think that it's negative in my head, but I'm not a Romani person, so I don't get to make that call. Also, to be clear, there aren't enough Romani people in my area, it feels like. If you can say, oh, that slur isn't so bad, and not reference, like, at least 100 people to say, okay, for example, hey, y'all, oh, God, I hope I don't get in trouble for this take on the other side. I'm a white person, look at my picture. Hey, y'all, cracker ain't so fucking bad, get the fuck over it, crackety crack cracker. Cracker's a fine fucking thing. It's a fine word. You wanna know why I can say that? Because my white ass has never been put under for... No one's ever judged me, oh, that white boy. No one's ever negatively affected me in that way. I've never had a negative interaction because of my skin. So because of that, I don't consider a white racial slur to be a slur. Now, if the times should change, and that should change, then yes, because times change. Change is the only thing that is the constant. And that being the way it be, just that. I don't mind letting, for example, the thing you've heard since the 90s, I don't mind letting black folks say the thing because it shouldn't be a thing that we worry about. We just shouldn't freaking care about the word. Same as if any individual want to nod me out of this conversation, I'll get out of it because it ain't really outside of, I think it's fucking rude and stupid. It's not my conversation to be in, other than being just another white voice saying yay or nay on something that ain't none of our damn concern. And for the record, I'm nay for white folks saying slurs at folks. Any temples about there? I need to run inside so I don't die. Every time I stay out at night, I die. I'm tired. Oh shit. Buddy, you almost got stabbed. Go downstairs. Quit watching me sleep. Creepy freaking salesman. At least leave me a few gemstones. Man, wanting a free shit, want to watch me sleep. Creepy trader, man. He just hunted. He knows he's a creepy fuck. Maybe he's not as creepy as I'm saying. Maybe he just, you know, wanted a safe place to spend the night and I need to give an area for them to stay. Let's do that. Before we do that, ooh. Huh. Damn it, why? There we go. Not gonna be frustrated myself at all for that. Alright, y'all, assuming I don't die in the time in between doing this and finishing this, we're going to make this into a little waypoint for the villagers to go to, the tradesmen to go to. Just a little something for them so they don't watch me sleep again, because that was freaking weird, right? Nobody should be watching you sleep. we're gonna give it a little bit of an overhang, and that way you got a little bit of a little growing area. Wow, I hadn't seen the actual video of the lady that called the kid the N-slur. For the record, my take on that, as everyone who's watched any of my videos should know, 1, what the hell is going on in my country? That is not okay. It's never okay. I've been angry at children before. I'm a person in a country with children. I've been angry at children. I have cursed at a child. I have called a child a little fucker before. What I will never call a child? A fucking slur. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Not you people in my chat, but seriously, what the fuck is wrong with my fellow Americans? I mean, what the fuck? It's just, it's what the fuck? I do not like this America we live in anymore. And I'm not, look, I'm a punk at heart. I'm a fuck your rules, fuck your system, I'll do what the fuck I want. I'm a punk. But let's be clear. Dude, there's decorum, there's... Yeah, be edgy, be the edge, but don't be a fucking douche about it. I mean, what the fuck? Oh, I just got angry because kid is being a dick. Okay, call him a dick. I mean, you probably shouldn't call a kid a dick because you're teaching him how to cuss, but that's fucked. I'm glad they bleeped it, but that's fucked up. But part of this culture is just that. I make a joke of it, and I joke with my coworkers that, oh, well, how do you get up here and do this stuff and correct yourself and not be... I'm not afraid because I lack shame. You're not going to make me feel bad. I mean, I've lived like Osmond Gold. I've been through the fucking fire. You're not going to embarrass me. But, that being said, 1, I don't cherish that. And I would never ever... I don't understand the grifting to the right, considering all the grift seems to be is... Yeah, the entire grift seems to be, oh, I'm going to use racial slur, and when I get called out for being a cunt, I'm going to just, you know, oh, well, I'm the victim here. I thought freedom of speech. What's wrong with y'all? I can't even with these people, because it's like, what the fuck? I mean, also, if you're the type of coward who supports this shit but won't say it yourself, don't be a coward. Come out and say what a racist piece of shit you are so we can hear you. It's like one of the co-workers I had back in the day. I don't work with him anymore, but back in the day, his one big argument for why he wasn't a racist is, well, I got a black wife. Okay, and? I'm sorry for your wife. I mean, that's rude of me to say it that way, but it's okay. Exactly. And good for Shamaki Ormar, if that name was said correctly. He's, again, I'm kind of profiling here in the opposite way, but he's probably a Sikh if he's Indian. Well, because it's typically people with a hard code of honor that will actually call this shit out. It's the ones with the soft code of honor. Again, not to be mean, but it's, sorry, a lot of you Christians. Well, God will forgive. Okay, but should he? But should he? Oh, I stole a cookie. That should be forgiven. That's fucking stupid to have as against a rule. Oh, you drowned a child. No, that shouldn't be forgiven. You shouldn't be around kids anymore. Period. It's, for fuck's sake, that's what I don't understand about a lot of the Christians, and I know it's a small number of y'all, but it's a very vocal small number. And I just personally think that that shouldn't be the way. Currently, this is Owen in the background, if you can hear it over the mic. If not, hell yes, I got a good mic. But he's covering the lady that basically called a 5-year-old the insular because, and I'm quoting here, the little insular stole her stuff. It's a 5-year-old, ma'am. He didn't steal shit. Let's be absolutely clear. It's a 5-year-old. They didn't steal a damn thing. They might have taken something from you. But it's a 5-year-old. Fuck off. At that age, they don't have the concept of ownership yet. Oh, he's about to say the thing. He's going to say the thing, y'all. I agree with it, but we need to either say it as a whole and stand 10 toes down on it, or we need to fucking drop it, because it sounds cringe as shit. It's not a matter of freedom of speech. You got the freedom to say whatever you want. It's consequences. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Are you gonna hold everyone to it? Because we had this whole debacle with Neil Gaiman, and now he doesn't care about the consequences. I mean, they keep saying cancel culture, but I have yet to see, and I would love for someone in chat, name me someone who was actually canceled. By that, I mean actually goddamn canceled. They said or did a horrible thing, and they actually got taken down for it. Not they got taken down for 2 days, then brought back. Not they got taken down for a year and now have a Comedy Central and Netflix special. They said, did a horrible thing, and now they're gone. About the only ones I can even think of remotely would be like the ones that hurt kids that were in kids media. Like Drake from Drake and Josh. If I got the actor right. The skinny one from Drake and Josh. Drake Bell. I mean, I haven't seen him in anything lately. He also, from what I heard, had a very risque relationship with an underage person. But then again, look at, what the fuck, Get Him to the Greek, and, I mean, he played the character for years of a sex pest. But now we're all acting confused Pikachu face when he turns out to be a fucking sex pest. He did the same thing that most sex pests did. He hard turned to the right, and now he's a right-wing British conservative. God, what's his name? I wish I knew his fucking name. He was in Get Me to the Greek. He was in... He plays the same posh British douchebag. Not School of Rock. Damn it, guys, if I remember this afternoon, I'll tell you this afternoon, because I'll eventually look it up. Shifu, I can't hear you, but I'm sure they can. Please stop barking at nothing. Well said, John Sweeney. Damn, yes. Couldn't have said that better myself. I really wish I could find out what she's up to now. Like, I mean, what her, like, fundraiser's up to. Wow, that was, like, way harder than I thought it would be. Okay, yeah, here we go. My name is Shiloh. Metal freaking name, by the way. But yeah, I personally think that we should, like, We should make consequences an actual thing in the culture. And I don't mean like canceling people as in you can never come back, but as in like, again, like when, give you a good cringe example of my past, and if anyone from my past is out there to remember it, consider this the apology to that. There was a kid, I want to say his name was Jeffrey, but he was a young black fellow that was in my school, important to the story for this case. And he was really like, he was the Eddie Murphy of our class. He was a comedian, he was a clown, he did his best to make everybody happy and joke, and I tried to steal some of his material. Here's the problem, some of his material was very much in the Eddie Murphy-esque category of, well, white folks do this, well, black folks do this. It was the time period, don't judge him, don't judge me. Well, I tried a thing. Can you guess what I tried to do? He had, and as my memory meat says it, he had basically told the teacher something, the joke didn't land, and when the teacher just turned away and basically, oh, Jeffrey, oh, it's 'cause I'm black, isn't it? Class erupts in laughter, teacher turns around slightly huffy, does the Family Guy-esque, Jeffrey. And then I tried to follow it up, my joke also didn't land, and, oh, it's 'cause I'm white, isn't it? Not only crickets, but that kind of animosity crickets where you know you done fucked up. Yeah, I fucked up. I'll own that now. As an adult, I realize how and where and why I fucked up. As a kid, I didn't know what the fuck I'd done wrong. I just took the exact same joke format as Jeffrey and bombed somehow. Well, it's 'cause you can't tell a joke. No, dude, it was 'cause you were being low-key racist. Possibly high-key racist if you had known what you were doing. It's just a matter of owning your shit is all. And I'd like to own all of my shit and do better. Because it's not, having just said that, I realized the fuck up I made. It's not just owning your shit. Lots of racists own their shit. I mean, you also have to understand you're fucking wrong with that shit and correct. In the case of Jeffrey, if you're out there and you happen to stumble across this somewhere, I hope you've made it. I do genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, hope you made it in comedy, man, because you were good. For high school, you know, and middle school. Well, that's enough deep lore for me. I need to get in out the rain and go ahead and save it. How's she looking? So, llamas. Okay. How's she looking so far, guys? I think it looks pretty for now. Okay. We are signing off for now. I thank y'all for watching this early morning stream. I'm about to run down to the meeting spot to meet up with my boss and ride into work. Riding in style for the first part. Y'all be good. We'll see you later.